put the back of the chair on.
Start with the bottom piece there, and you want to make sure that it's at the bottom of your sling. You'll have spline run through on one side, not on the other, so because we're going to have to come through here in a minute. So that's going to be your bottom. You want to kind of face it up like that so you know it's going in right, and just go ahead and lead it on through there. Start like all our stuff, you kind of pinch it right there at the tip to get it started, and just kind of work it down with one hand, pulling with the other. Get that in there.
Would it be a good time to trim it now before we assemble it?
You try to put it back up here, oh, you're running into spline, it's no good. So, we got some little snippers that we use for that. Snip. And snap. And you can see when you lay it up here, it's going to be nice.
Curves match up.
Curves match up. That's what you're looking for. Alright, so leave that loose for now, and we're going to start and try to get this in. It's a good time, too, once you got all this stuff off, to go ahead and wipe it down. Try to get some of that gunk in there that's built up over the years. Alright, basically you want to have it nice and thin, so you squeeze it, get a good pinch on it to get it started. And you don't have to start from the side. Maybe you can start from just an opening that you can get it through, and just get it going through there. And once you get it started, then you can kind of pull it through the rest of the way. Tucking from the front, kind of pulling from the back a little bit. There you go. Alright, normally I would walk to the other side of the chair, but I want y'all to have a good view. Alright, so you see we got it all the way through there. And we'll just start running our spline. Go ahead and cut you a spline. This piece is more than enough, but you know, enough to get through, plus a little bit on each side. Alright, so you got your open piece here. Just want to make a little, kind of try to make a little pocket if you want. You can use your flat head again. Kind of open that up a little bit. And just start pushing the spline through. If you get hung up anywhere, try to tuck in some more. There we go.
Yeah, you can almost see it going through there.
Yeah. And once it gets down to the end, you may get caught up again on that seam. So that's where your flathead screwdriver can come in again to kind of open it up a little bit so that spline can come all the way through. Yeah, just like that.
And then trim off.
And then go ahead and trim it off. Coming at you.
Right. Okay, what I'm going to do is walk around in front of the chair.
Okay.
And let's say come out and pull it down the way we do. Make sure it's centered.
Might have to pinch it in the back to get it to go through all the way. But basically, you just
want it through all the way.
You want it to ride right there on that spline that you just put through there.
Right.
Pull it as tight as you can up here. You know, it might get pinched on the seam, so you got to tuck that in with your fingers to get it as much as you can, which that's pretty good right there. I'm going to flip it around so you guys can see the back. Our little process here. This is if you want to catch them from the side. So that's all the way in right there.
Yeah.
Nice and tight. And it's a good time now to try to center it up as much as you can. I think that's pretty good.
Okay, so how much do we got to get that down before we get the screws in?
Yeah, it should look something like that, and as you can see, it's raised on the sides. And if you lean it back a little bit, you might be able to get that middle one started, which is what we're going to try to do.
Even if it's at an angle like that?
Yeah, we're going to use clamps or vice grips to kind of squeeze it down as much as possible.
Well, let's show that then.
All right. We use curved ones. Irwin. And I'm going to step to the right side of
here. No problem.
And we open them up as much as we can. Just try to get it started. That is not very successful. A lot of times, too, we are going to put that cover back on it, but if you want to just put a nice rag over it to protect it, that's a good idea as well.
It's too thick.
That might not work for us here. You go, kind of lock it down just enough to get it held in place while you get your screws started. A little bit of grease or Vaseline really helps.
Looks like you might have a hard time getting a drill on that thing.
Yeah, we got the extension on here, so that really really helps. Just get it started just like that.
Then what?
Give you enough to get over here and get these guys pulled down.
Oh, I see. That bar almost straightened out then.
Yep. And what we'll do is just do it just like when you're changing tires, do a little bit at a time and kind of, you might have to go back
Switch from one side to the other, start in the middle. And
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that's pretty good.
And over here on this end, see, there's a lot of space you got to take up. That
Yeah.
fabric stretches like crazy.
Yeah, and the vice grips are pretty much the key to getting this done.
Right.
So a decent pair of vice grips and the curved mouth really helps. But yeah, just kind of get it a little bit here, a little bit there. Vice grips are coming off. That last little bit, be careful not to go too much and break the screws.
Yeah. No, not a good idea.
Never a good idea.
If you wanted to take pressure off of it, you could squeeze it with vice grips and then.
Yep, you can tighten down your vice grips. Let's go ahead and check that. That's a great idea. Yeah, as you can see, I got to tighten it up quite a bit just to even get it back where it was. And that curved it up a little bit, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think the center one looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, she's nice. That's good.
And over on this end might need to go down a little bit.
There we go.
All right, so
I'll
turn that
flip it.
puppy around.
See what it looks like from the front. We'll put our cover back on.
Is
There
it
you
tight
go.
as a tennis racket?
Yeah, it is nice. All the way. This is what you want from side to side, top to
So
bottom.
that's how you put on a back on this style Chinese chair. Thank you, Ryan.
No problem. Get our cover back on one more second.
Okay.
The funnest part of it.
That's just because you like beating things.
All right.
Good
to
job,
go.
man.
Yes, sir.